about that.
Exactly, which is the premiere of the
Right now, in my headquarters, it's on the shelf. But today, you know what? They just keep it authentic. They would keep it from it, from the dialogue, from the relationship between the characters, from the emotions that they're feeling, how Riley felt about how it's been, Spider-Man kind of hero worship of it all. It just helped us really be confident that understand that it's working, it's working for them, we didn't end up voicing that. Oh, it's just fun. We love animation all the time. And we're so excited to be able to do, this movie. There's some really fun stuff that audiences are
Are you comfortable? You don't look comfortable.
No,
You're fine. You're like, you're just hanging out.
He said he's perched up there, you know, he's got his whole system going on there. That's how because this film for a lot of kids is going to give them that space to really talk about the emotions and really relate the world to this work of art. Was there a film or a TV show for you when you were younger that you were like, I never knew that I felt this way, but this is putting that into work?
Well, I spent a lot of time in front of the television, sadly. Watched a lot of great shows back in the day. One that I think it was probably I was of the age when I really appreciated was a movie that was a TV show starring David Carradine called Kung Fu. And right about that time in my age, it was all about that, as being a Shaolin monk, practicing art, karate, and I was I think 14 or 15, and it was like that show meant the world to me. It was really all about sort of empowerment at the end of the day. They always, the kids are affected by this, and it's something that is important. That was the most important for me. It's crazy, right? It's great. I think you said something earlier about how coming to this film, kids are able to see these different emotions and realize that they're all worthwhile, and one isn't better than the other necessarily. And I think that's really nice for kids to see, to have that reinforcement.
I wish there was other projects for myself, but I wish this would have been out when I was a kid.
Right?
Really
I feel the
put
same.
words to
I think I would have been like, oh, wait a minute, I think I'm okay. Because those are the questions that come up when you're that age.
I mean, like, even now as an adult, right?
I agree with you. Important to maintain a balance.
And just in the world we're in right now, especially in Hollywood, it feels, some people are kind of either or. They feel that it's very bleak with what we're dealing with in the aftermath of the strikes, or others feel, oh, maybe this is a time for transformation. Where do you fall?
I'm an optimist, so I look at the positives, and I think anytime there's something that comes in and disrupts things, yes, everything falls apart and seems to fall to the ground, but it's reassembled and brought back again because there's just too much creative energy here, and I think of it as a positive creative energy. So that's what I'm most excited about.
You're telling me
admitting the
this
positive
information.
to bring.
These are the bits I don't know.
What
Always
would you
about the
like to
positive.
see happen for
Thank you so much, Prem.
Nice to talk
Such an
to you.
honor.
Man, I just
Nice to meet
I
you.
just love working.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, AP.
Here, I love it.
Thank you.
Also, I'm so sorry. I'm slowly losing my voice
I'm
as this
sorry.
concert progresses.
That's the worst feeling. Sorry.
It happens. It's fine. I just want to make sure you can hear me. That's
I can
all
hear you,
I
I can
care
hear you.
about. But before we talk about Inside Out, I have to ask because I'm very jealous. What was it like being with Beyonce for the
Oh,
Super
come
Bowl
on, right?
night?
I mean, she's, first of all, so kind and so humble. And I was just like, how did I get here? You know, I think she had like 9 costume changes, and I just sat around and ate craft services. And I had the same outfit. But she's just a master, man. Like, she was great. She was great.
So, do you now have people asking you like, hey, can you get me tour tickets on
Oh,
Swiss
no.
Sounds?
No. I'd like to get some tickets.
Oh, there you go.
I've been listening to Cowboy Carter on all the time.
It is a masterpiece. And going back to this film, it just playing fear
Yeah.
as a parent as well. How did that kind of influence the way that you approach this character?
Yeah, I've got a teenage daughter, and she just graduated high school, so I'm experiencing a little of the nostalgia. But you know what I love is it's not just nostalgia. It's like I've got joy because I'm excited for her. I've got anxiety because I need to not live in the what if, what could happen. And I like that, emotions aren't just one thing. It's like we're a mixed bag. But I don't know, I get excited that people will feel seen in this movie. We've all got the circus in our head. All these emotions are coming and going. And I think many times you can feel isolated. Like, am I the only one feeling this? But like, no, we're all in the same boat.
Especially when art is able to kind of voice stuff for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you yourself as an artist, if you feel comfortable, what do you do to kind of push away the anxiety?
What do I do to what?
Push away that anxiety.
I think that's the thing is I'm trying not to push away the anxiety. Like, for instance, I did a play 3 years ago, and I remember going right before, and I was like, oh, tonight's the night I'm gonna have a panic attack on stage. Like, I would get really nervous. And this therapist told me, like, you know what? Why don't you just start when that feeling and that voice comes up? Just say, hey, I know you're trying to help me. I appreciate you being here. I'm gonna do the play, and I'll be right back. And it was something about when you embraced it rather than try to push it away, it decreased that power.
Oh wow, I feel like your therapist read the scripts because
I got a lot of therapy.
Very on the nose for this. That's beautiful. Thank you for
Thanks.
sharing
I like
that,
the
Tony.
gold. That's cool.
Thank you.
Oh, a lot of press. Anytime I can be that place, it's very just think about the history of that place.
Sorry.
You did not look at me.
Let's talk to you. Hi, how are you?
Thank you.
You look amazing. I love this dress. I wanted to ask, just given the theme, also, I'm so sorry, I'm losing my voice. If you can't hear me, please let me know. But given the theme of sense of self, when was that moment for you as an actor, as a comedian, where you felt, yeah, I think I can do this professionally and take it?
Mine was kind of a slow and steady build of performing and doing theater and doing sketch and improv and stuff. But I feel like a lot of it was just trying to figure out who I wanted to do stuff with. Like, it's a long journey to figure out what kind of person you are. And you're right, from the sense of self, which Pixar does this amazing job in the movie of creating these like beautiful heartstrings that become the sense of self. So we're always building it, but no, I'm lucky that I found my people.
Especially if the community is so important to that journey. And my last question for you is just, given this film is creating that space for a lot of people to talk about emotions, mental health, how do you hope that will impact, the children of this generation, next generations, to really create change because they're so in tune with it?
I'm always very inspired by how young people have a good, they like to go inward and they do work on themselves. I think it's been a really difficult decade. I think Pixar is doing the opposite of gaslighting us about that, and they're really leaning into the fact that there's a lot of young people that are anxious, and they're really smart, wise kids, and they saw this film 10 years ago, and they're ready for the film to grow up with them too. So I think they're going to feel very seen, and I hope whatever they decide to do, whoever they decide to be, they are reminded that we all have these circus creatures living in our head, and you never know what's going on inside someone's head.
reference this movie in therapy a lot in terms of the characters. Thank you so much, Amy. What was it like for you stepping back into this character and putting him to life at a different age?
Oh, it was great. I mean, I couldn't have been. I was thrilled. I didn't think we'd do one. I didn't think this would happen again. And so be able to do it now really makes me really. I couldn't be happier. And I couldn't be proud. I mean, you know, I wish my parents were proud. But they'd be 110 and 107, so it worked out.
You know, it's just such an extraordinary
Sure, they're
Yeah,
admiring the beauty that you've created.
So it's and the fruit. That's you.
part of that, especially in a community that's topical and timely.
Yeah. Well, we don't really work. We're not working. We see it. We just.
And I'm really excited. You know, it's like if this was a movie that had my own face in it, I'd be like intimidated and like nervous.
Like I sort of.
But that just feels like my friend. You know, that's not me. That's just like my buddy anxiety, and I feel so lucky that.
And it was based on just her character. That this is way we're going somewhere.
And I want to ask you as well, you're embarking on your career. You talked about wanting to embark on more writing projects and others. What is this
Did they say that I asked them
led you to say,
I think I made a comment.
and I kind of
I'm going to edit their
Well, I'm
story.
going
I think I made
to
a
continue to
comment
perform, but I'm not going to do. I want to sit down and write. I think I got another book to work on. I have all of these papers. I wrote all of this stuff. I wrote about 25, 30 plays.
I don't know if
I haven't read any of them in years. I'm going to sit down and look at
Let me be clear.
Let
me be clear.
what I left behind.
I don't know. I think I'm a pretty fast talker.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
and
you.
for sharing that story about your parents. I have to say, I was listening to Chaos Angel earlier today.
Oh.
Magnificent.
Thank you
honestly.
so much.
Such a beautiful work of art.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask you, just as an actor, as a recording artist as well, what was that moment for you where you felt that you found your sense of self as a creative, or is it something that's still ongoing?
I hope I keep finding it. You know, I mean, it's funny. People always like label different stories or records as like coming of age records, but I really hope that I'm always coming of age my whole life. You know, coming of a new age, a new moment, and learning more about the world. And I hope I see myself as a lifelong learner, and I hope I never stop growing up and never stop learning.
I love that. That's a beautiful kind of like ethos for life moving forward. And was there, given that this is going to be that film for a lot of kids, it's going to give them that thing to point back to of what their emotions they were feeling. Was there a film or TV show for you growing up that kind of did that?
Well, Inside Out was a big one. I mean, there are so many. I'm a major movie lover, and I always feel stressed when I'm asked to pick one. But I think really my real answer is that the arts was a massive mirror that helped me grow up.
Just kind of being able to give performances.
Yeah.
I love how. Thank you so much, Maya. Congrats again on Chaos Angel.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Leslie. You're so good. Oh, okay. Sorry, I grew up. Nice to meet you, Jordan.
What was that moment like for you?
Super nice and thoughtful of them to ask me, and I was in the first one too, you know, and I I think the Pixar films are beautiful. I think that Inside Out is the best of all of the Pixar films. And I'm just grateful to be a part of something beautiful, something that brings people together, all ethnicities, all ages, all around the world. It's a beautiful concept. I love it. It's a cool thing to be a part of, and I'm very grateful to be involved.
I mean, yeah, it's giving a lot of people words to mental health, to emotions in general.
Yeah.
What was that piece that, if you look on Bushring, what was that work of art that really spoke to you when you were younger, that made you feel seen?
When I was a little boy, I loved Kurt Vonnegut Jr. And I read, from when I was like 11 years old, I read every one of his books. And I feel like those books raised me. Yeah, so that's your answer. I mean, there's a lot. Since I was a little boy, I just read book after book. And that was really a sanctuary for me. And a way to have hope and, the beautiful things could be in the world.
I can imagine you just as a little kid with a flashlight reading,
Totally.
getting it all.
Totally that, my little imaginary world.
And my last question for you is, well, you love Vince Staples' new album. You're a fan of hip hop.
Oh yeah, I love Vince Staples.
What is your opinion on just the kind of direction that hip hop is going in, where it's a little bit more experimental?
I love it. I love creativity in all areas. I think Vince Staples' new record is beautiful. I think Lil Yachty, the record he put out last year, like a psychedelic rock record. Dope. What Kendrick's always doing, every record is completely different and really creative. So, I love creativity in all forms. And for me, it's like either soulful and the zeitgeist of the time, or it's not, no matter what category of music or what form of art. And I really appreciate courage and originality in music. Yeah.
That's going to make for a time to spend right there.
Yeah. That's how you do it. Yeah. You're welcome.
This is Ayo with Wonderful People. Hey, good. How are you? Oh, thank you.
I mean, thank you. I tried. But as stepping into Envy, what were you most excited about with this character? Just being in those Pixar recording booths.
Oh man, I mean, it's just working with such legendary, hardworking people and seeing where their vantage point was coming from, and the fact that they were so collaborative. That was definitely one of them. And I don't know, I'm like a young black woman. I've been in this game for a while. I think also, and it's like you get to play characters that are anybody. They could be anybody. There's something very moving and exciting about that for me.
And you're creating a space for even kids to talk about the emotions.
Yeah, I hope so. My mom is a teacher. I've got friends who are teachers, who are therapists, and one of my friends, she was like, we use this a lot at work. Like we use this movie a lot. So that's also really nice.
Oh, I reference it in therapy. And
yeah,
I wanted to ask you, what was that film or TV show for you that really spoke to you as a kid and made you that you could express yourself?
I grew up very religious and I did not watch a lot of TV. So weirdly, the answer that I thought it was Murder, She Wrote with Angela Lansbury. I don't know why, but I guess that is what my heart said. So that's my answer. Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.